Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing. Don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about Impact Wrestling for June 24th, 2021. Now, man, overall, man, this is a good show, man. Really good show, man. We had a great tag team championship main event with Violent by Design versus Kojima and Eddie Edwards. We had a great promo segment from Jordynne Grace and Rachael Ellering. I thought that was really good too. And it wasn't perfect. There were some parts of the show I didn't like. The X Division contendership. The build up for the X Division championship match. I don't like that. Like the tag team match that they had. It was a waste of time and all that stuff. And just teaming up in general when they're fighting for the X Division championship. You know. But yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that I didn't like on the show. But everything else, it was good, man. But yeah, so yeah, this is the Impact Wrestling review for June 24th, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And just like what I said in my intro, man, if you haven't done this already, hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Click on that bell, and you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I say this time and time again. I'm here each and every single week, man. So yeah, so first off, man, we started off the show. So yeah, we had Don Callis. We had Don Callis and Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion and the Impact World Champion. They showed up at the Impact Zone. And so yeah, you had this security guy. He had like a list in his hand and he was looking down the list. And so he said that Don Callis wasn't on the list as EVP and all that stuff. So Don Callis, he started yelling at the guy saying that, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'm the person that saved this company. I'm the person that created, or I guess gave the idea of AEW. I'm the one that booked Jericho versus Omega at the Tokyo Dome and all that stuff. He was yelling in this guy's face. He was spitting too. Don Callis was. And so the security guy just let Kenny Omega and Don Callis pass him by. And yeah, that was it with that. The guy, he should be fired, man. He should be fired for not doing his job. Don Callis got fired. He shouldn't be there. So yeah. So yeah, that was it with that. So yeah, so right after that, we had our first match of the night, and it was from the Knockouts. So it was Rosemary versus Kiera Hogan, who is one half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champion, with Tasha Steelz, who is the other half of the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. And so yeah, so first off, we had Hogan. She tried to play mind games with Rosemary by using her speed against Rosemary. And so we had a spinning sidewalk slam to Hogan, so that slowed down Hogan. We had an exploder suplex to Hogan. And then still, she had got involved in a match. At one point, she had tripped up Rosemary on the ring apron. The referee didn't see it. And so yeah, so Steelz she tried to get involved again, but you had Havoc had came out and she chased off Steelz. So yeah, that was it with that. Oh yeah, by the way, congratulations to Havoc and Sami Callihan. They got engaged, so they are gonna get married. So congratulations to both. So yeah, so Havoc she had chased off Steelz, and so we had a corner slide and drop kick to Rosemary, and we had a hip attack and a corner drop kicks. We had a hip attack and stereo corner drop kicks to Hogan, or to Rosemary. I mean to Rosemary. We had a flapjack to Hogan, and so both of these ladies they were going back and forth with strikes. And then Rosemary she started fighting back. She hit sling blades to Hogan, and then Rosemary she had locked in a submission move. I think it was the last chancery, something that Austin Aries used to hit. And so Hogan she had grabbed the rope with her finger. She had grabbed the rope with her finger. And so we had a reverse DDT to Hogan. She kicked out. We had a super kick to Rosemary, followed up by a roundhouse kick to Rosemary. And to end the match, we had Rosemary. She had her finishing move, that double underhook bomb or a double underhook power bomb to Hogan to win the match. So Rosemary wins the match, and that was it with the match. It was a good match, but I do not know why champions always lose on this show. I don't get it. I really don't get it, bro. It, you talk about the X Division Championship match was the worst thing on this show. This right here was the worst thing on the show. The outcome was the worst of the show. Like why would you have your champion lose? Like, dude, if they like just have them go through everybody else. Yes, we knew that. Yes, we know that Havoc and Rosemary are gonna go after the tag team titles. Why not have them beat other people to get a championship match? Why do they have to beat the champions to get a championship match? Dude, this happens all the time. It happens all the time when they trying to look for a new contender that like the contender always beat the champion. Like, dude, don't do that. You can't do that. But yeah, they booked their champions week. They always book their champions weekly on this show. But yeah, weekly by week, like it being week, not like a weekly show. But yes, it's a weekly show, but they booked their champions week. But yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that we had Gia Miller. She interviews Chris Bey, and they were backstage. And so Gia Miller she had asked Chris Bey like, why didn't you get involved in that brawl last week with the X Division contenders? And so yeah, so Bey he said that he's here to mind his own business, and minding your own business will get you far. And so Bey he said that he's gonna become a two-time X Division champion. And so you had Trey Miguel and Petey Williams had interrupted Chris Bey while he was talking, and so they try to get Chris Bey to team up with them. And they told him to choose a side, or a side will choose him. And so yeah, that was it with that. I don't know why they need to team up. I don't know. I guess to take out the other guys. But dude, you fighting for the X Division Championship. It's every man for himself. Why are you teaming up with anybody, bro? Like, don't trust anybody. Like, you fighting for the X Division Championship. You're not fighting for a tag team championship. You're not fighting for a trios championship. Why are you teaming up? Why are you teaming up? But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had another backstage interview from Gia Miller. She interviews Tommy Dreamer. And so yeah, so Gia she had asked Tommy Dreamer about what happened last week with Don Callis being fired and all that stuff. And so Tommy Dreamer he said that, hey, I'm not for anybody losing their jobs, but Don Callis he had it coming to him. Scott, not Scott. Don Callis he was bad for business. And so yeah, so Scott D'Amore he had interrupted Tommy Dreamer. And so Scott he had thanked Tommy Dreamer for everything. Dreamer he had said that he will oversee things, and so Scott he was like, wait a minute, don't try to get overboard. That's my job. I'm here to oversee things. And so Tommy Dreamer he had said that the board, the Anthem people, they wanted Tommy Dreamer to oversee things. They wanted him to be a consultant or an advisor. And so Scott he was not happy. He was not happy about it. He kind of had like that confused look on his face, saying consultant, advisor. And so yeah, that was it with that. So Tommy Dreamer he will be like in a managerial role, I guess, or backstage behind the scenes guy. But yeah, that was it. And so yeah, so right after that we had a match We had Susan with Kimberly versus the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, who is the Impact Knockouts champion. And so yeah, so first off we had Susan. She tried to out wrestle Deonna Purrazzo. Of course, it didn't work. You're not gonna out wrestle the virtuosa. And so yeah, so Purrazzo, she started to target Susan's arm. And so the Purrazzo, she had a Russian leg sweep, follow up by an arm and leg lock. So that was a nice transition from Deonna Purrazzo, man. And so at first, so the next thing, we had Purrazzo and Kimberly that were arguing at one point. You know, Kimberly, she wanted Purrazzo to stop, stop it with the attacks and all that stuff. You know, you guys are friends. Don't take it this far. And so, yeah, Purrazzo was telling Kimberly to bring Susan back into the ring because she was outside the ring. She told her to bring Susan back into the ring. And so, yeah, we had Deonna Purrazzo. She had a straight jacket backstabber to Susan. So that had to hurt, man. That had to hurt. And so, yeah, I seen a backstabber before, but a straight jacket backstabber, man. Oh my God, dude. And so, yeah, so Purrazzo, she went for the cover and she stopped her own cover. And so I thought that was a mistake. I thought that was a mistake. You know, if she would have pinned her, it probably would have been it. And so, yeah, so we had Purrazzo. She started trash talking Susan, calling her a loser and all that stuff. And then Susan, she started to fight back. And then we had Susan. She had a superplex to Purrazzo. I love the superplex, man. I really do. So yeah, she hit the superplex on Purrazzo. And then to end the match, they were going back and forth with roll ups and all that stuff. And you have Deonna Purrazzo. She had locked in her submission move, that Fujiwara armbar, to Susan to win the match. So Susan taps out. So therefore, Deonna Purrazzo wins the match, and rightfully so, man. She's a champion, and champions should always win, and she won. And so yeah, so this is good. This is a good match, man. Dominant win from Purrazzo, man, made her look strong by having her beat Susan. You always want to have Deonna Purrazzo win. And so yeah, right after that, we had the match. So right after the match, I mean, we had Deonna Purrazzo. She attacked Susan and locked in the Fujiwara armbar again. And then Kimberly, she had broke up the submission move. Like she pushed Deonna Purrazzo away from Susan. Kimberly did. She pushed Deonna Purrazzo away from Susan. And so Purrazzo, she was mad, dude. She was mad. And so Purrazzo, she started yelling at Lee, like to never touch her again. Like, don't ever put your hands on me. And so Deonna Purrazzo, she had left. She was like, I'm getting sick of you. I'm getting sick of both of y'all, man. I'm done with y'all. Y'all both trash. And so Deonna Purrazzo left, and that was it. So yeah, so as a breakup, so it's a breakup with Deonna Purrazzo, Kimberly, and Susan. And yeah, man, I don't know what they're gonna do with Susan and Kimberly. I don't know. But Deonna Purrazzo, man, she is on her own, and she should stay on her own, man. Because they were doing nothing but holding her back. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had the Swingers Palace. So yeah, they were backstage, playing cards and all that stuff. Johnny Swinger, Johnny Bravo, you had the Swingerellas. And so TJP and Falaba, they were playing cards or poker, whatever you want to call it. And so Rich Swann and Willie Mack had interrupted. And, they were talking to TJP and Falaba. And, TJP and Falaba, they were talking to each other. TJP, Falaba, Willie Mack, and Rich Swann, they were talking to each other. They were talking about each other and all that stuff. And so we had TJP and Falaba. They had challenged Willie Mack and Rich Swann to a tag team match next week. So yeah, both teams, they want to vie after the tag team titles, and whoever I guess wins this match will be a step closer to the tag team titles. And that was it, man. That was it. It should be good though. It should be good. Willie Mack, I can see Willie Mack and Rich Swann going after Violent by Design. I don't see TJP and Falaba going after them. I can see the other guys going at it, man. And that would be great too to see Willie Mack and Rich Swann go after Violent by Design. It should be really good, man. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had Tommy Dreamer. He was backstage. He spoke, and so he was talking, and then you had Don Callis that interrupted Tommy Dreamer. Telling Tommy Dreamer no hard feelings, right? No hard feelings. And so yeah, Callis is continuing to talk. He had called Dreamer a shell of his former self, so he had to slide in that joke, that shot in Tommy Dreamer. And so yeah, and I guess he was trying to give him advice, I guess, on how to be because since he's not in the ring anymore, he's kind of like an executive, I guess, or an overseer and all that stuff. So Callis tried to give him advice, and so yeah, so Callis he had challenged Tommy Dreamer. He challenged Tommy Dreamer to find two guys so they could face Omega and the Good Brothers next week in a tag team match, a six-man tag team match. So he wanted Dreamer to find some guys. It's gonna be Team Callis versus Team Dreamer. So yeah, that was it with that. So Tommy Dreamer he had to find some guys to fight for him. And so yeah, so right after that we had a tag team match. We had Rohit Raju and Shera versus Petey Williams and Trey Miguel. And so yeah, this match was a waste of time, bro. A waste of freaking time. So yeah, we had the baby faces. They took control of the match, the early parts of the match. We had Raju. He had tagged in Shera. And then Williams, he tried to take out Shera with strikes, and it wasn't working. Of course, it wasn't working because Shera is a big dude and Williams is a small guy. So you hitting strikes on him is not gonna work. So yeah, we had a power slam to Williams from Shera. And so the heels that took control of the match during the commercial break. No picture in picture. It's not AEW and it's not NXT, so no picture in picture. And so Raju he had missed a cannonball, which was nasty. Because Raju when he hit his cannonball, man, usually he hit it at full speed, and so he missed, and so he crashed and burned into that turnbuckle. So that had to hurt. And so yeah, we had a cutter to Raju from Miguel. We had a jumping flatliner to Miguel from Raju. And then Ace Austin and Madman Fulton they had showed up. And so we had a pop-up powerbomb to Raju from Williams. And then Williams he got distracted by Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. I don't even think they did anything, but Williams had got distracted by them by just being there. And so to end the match, we had Raju hit his finishing move, that drive-by kick to Williams to win the match. So Rohit, Raju, and Shera wins the match. And yeah, that was it. Just like what I said before, match was a waste of time. Like I really don't know why this match needed to happen. Like, why do these guys need to team up? Like why all these guys need to fight each other when they have a match, an Ultimate X match at Slammiversary? Like, dude, save these guys. Have them fight other people and build them up. Build each person up before their X Division Ultimate X match. And so yeah, so right after that, yeah, Shera he had attacked Williams, and then we had the heels. They attacked Williams, so they ganged up on Williams. And so Alexander, the X Division champion, Josh Alexander had came out to even up the odds. And the rest of the heels they had took out Alexander, so they ganged up on him. And so Chris Bey he showed up. He was the last guy that showed up, and he didn't get in the ring. He was on the stage. He had his phone out, and so he was recording the rest of the guys beating each other up. And so that was it with that. That was it. Me, if I'm the champion, man, I see all this stuff going on, I will not get involved in this. Like, let all these other idiots kill themselves. I'm the champion, so I'm sitting back and relaxing while I'm watching all this stuff, unfold. That's what I would do. As a champion, I will sit back and I will relax and don't even have to worry about these guys killing each other. They can kill each other for all I care. They can kill each other for all I care. I'm the champion, so that's what matters. I'm the champion, so I'm gonna sit back and stay in the back and not get involved in this stuff. But yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do, you know. But yeah, that was it with that. So right after that, we had Sami Callihan and Tommy Dreamer there backstage. They were talking. And so Gia Miller, she had came in. She interviewed both Sami Callihan and Tommy Dreamer. She actually interrupted them. And so, yeah, she had asked about Tommy Dreamer's team and his partners and all that stuff. And so Dreamer, he wanted Callihan as a partner. He wanted Callihan on his team. And so Callihan, he agreed. And so Moose had interrupted. Moose had interrupted Dreamer and Callihan just by saying, I'm in. And so you didn't even much have to ask Moose. You didn't have to ask him. So yeah, so Moose had left. And so Dreamer, he had asked Callihan, like, hey man, should we tell him who his other partner is? And so Callihan, he said, what fun is that? What fun to that is it? Like, no, let it all fold out. And so he told Dreamer, like, why do you always gotta play by the rules? Like, why you always gotta play by the rules? And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so we did end up finding out who his other partner was, and this is his opponent at Slammiversary, which is Chris Sabin. And so yeah, so right after that we had Rachael Ellering. She came out to the ring. She spoke, and so yeah, she talked about Jordynne Grace, and so she called out Jordynne Grace. She respectfully called out Jordynne Grace, and she want to talk. She want to talk it out. She want to talk it out. And so Jordynne Grace, she came out to her theme music, and so Ellering, she said that them winning the tag team titles was the greatest moment of her life at Rebellion. It was at Rebellion, and so Ellering, she started crying. And so she started to talk about her past and all that stuff, the lowest points of her life. And so Ellering, she apologized. She apologized to Jordynne Grace for, try to stir her into this positivity when Jordynne Grace, she didn't need all the positivity. And so Rachael Ellering, she had mentioned Tennille Dashwood, and so she mentioned Tennille Dashwood and Fire and Flavor, and so Grace, she had interrupted. She was mad. She interrupted and said that I could do everything by myself. She went down her resume and all that stuff. She was in the X Division championship match and all that stuff. She competed with the guys and all that stuff. So yeah, she could take care of herself. So that's what she said. And so and Ellering, she said, I know you could do everything on your own and all that stuff. And then she mentioned Tennille Dashwood again. So Jordynne Grace, she kept getting upset that Rachael Ellering kept mentioning Tennille Dashwood. And so Grace, she had told Ellering, hey, if you mention Tennille's name one more time, I'm gonna drop you right on your head. And so, and she yelled. She yelled when she said that. And so Jazz, she had interrupted with her theme music and all that stuff. And so Jazz is actually the person that put Jordynne Grace and Rachael Ellering together. And so yeah, so she tried to talk sense to Jordynne Grace. And Ellering, she wants to team up with Jordynne Grace, but she doesn't know if Jordynne Grace wants to team up with her. And so Grace, she has said that she needs time to think about it. I don't have your answer right now. I have time to think about it. I need time to think about it. And so Grace, she had left. And so right after that, we had Tennille Dashwood and Caleb. They interrupted at the wrong time too. They interrupted at the wrong time. I don't even know why they interrupted. I would have just had Rachael Ellering and Jordynne Grace just hash it out. But yeah, Tennille Dashwood and Caleb interrupted. And so yeah, so Dashwood, she had told Ellering that she was embarrassing herself. And yeah, she told her she was embarrassing herself. And so Dashwood, she still wants to team up with Jordynne Grace. Not Jordynne Grace. She wanted to team up with Rachael Ellering. And so Ellering, she said no. No. Hell no. And so Ellering, she had challenged Dashwood to a match. And so Dashwood, she had to think about it. She was like, let me think about it. Let me think about it. And so she went to go attack Rachael Ellering. And so Rachael Ellering saw it coming. And so Ellering and Jazz, they took out Dashwood and Caleb. And that was it, man. That was it. This was a great promo, man, from Jordynne Grace and Rachael Ellering, man. Really great. Jordynne Grace, the anger in her voice when she delivered that promo and all that stuff. Like it felt real, man. It felt real. But I would have got rid of the Tennille Dashwood and Caleb interrupting. I would have just left it to Rachael Ellering and Jordynne Grace. Yes, Tennille Dashwood, she is a part of it too, because her name kept getting brought up and brought up and brought up and brought up too. But I would have just saved Tennille Dashwood for a later time, not now. I would have just kept it to Grace and Ellering. But yeah, that was it, man. This was good. This was really good. So yeah, that was it with that. So we are slowly getting that heel turn, man. We are slowly getting that heel turn from Jordynne Grace. I think it's gonna happen at Slammiversary in front of people, in front of fans. That will be the best time. It'll be the best moment to turn her heel. I don't know what it is that's gonna make Jordynne Grace snap. Like, are they gonna have another tag team match and they lose and Jordynne Grace attack Rachael Ellering turning heel? I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be, but you got to have it at Slammiversary. You have to have it at Slammiversary because that would be the first night where we have fans. And Jordynne Grace is a person I don't think we ever saw her turn heel, so it'll be the first time that she turned heel. And so yeah, you got to do something with Jordynne Grace, man. You got to try something different with her because I know she did resign with Impact Wrestling. She is gonna stay in Impact Wrestling. And so yeah, man. So yeah, they will. The heel turn is coming. The heel turn is coming, man. But we just gotta wait until Slammiversary. And so yeah, so that was it with that. Probably one of the best parts of the show. This promo with Ellering and Grace. And so yeah, so right after that we had Brian Myers, the most professional wrestler. Brian Myers and Sam Beale, they spoke. And so yeah, so Myers he tried to give Sam Beale some tips on trying to, defeating Jake something. Giving him tips and all that stuff, what he needs to do in this match with Jake. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that we had Sam Beale with Brian Myers in his corner versus Jake something. And so yeah, so Jake so Jake he took out Beale. He took control of the match. And so Beale he threw Jake into the ring post face first outside the ring. And so Bill's getting excited and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I did it. Like, dude, get focus on the match. And so yeah, so we had a Mickanochi driver to Beale, and then Beale he had one right at the Jake's eyes. And so Myers at that point, he had slid in a chair behind the referee's back. And so Beale he tried to grab the chair, but Jake had stopped him from grabbing the chair. And so Jake he had kicked the chair out of the ring. And so yeah, we had Jake. He ended up fighting back, and then he had his finishing move, the black hole slam to Beale, which was nice. That was a nice black hole slam to Beale to win the match. So Jake something wins the match, and rightfully so, man. Rightfully so. Like, man, Jake he need a win. He needs a win, bro. He needs a win. I don't know if I would have put Sam Beale in his first match under Brian Myers against Jake something. I don't know. I'll have him go up against some jobbers first, and then go up after Jake something. But yeah, that was it with that. The right person did win this match. Jake, he needed that win more than Sam Beale. Because Jake, man, Jake is a guy that should have been in that X Division championship match. Not Rohit Raju, man. Not Rohit Raju. Jake, he beat Rohit Raju, what, 2 weeks ago in a tables match? And then on the same night, they put Rohit Raju in that X Division championship match or qualifying match. And that should have been Jake's spot. That should have been Jake's spot. And so if I'm Jake, man, if I'm Jake, bro, I would complain. I would complain to management like, hey, how's this guy getting a championship match over me when I beat him? That's what I would have done. Why is Jake not complaining about it? Why is he not complaining about it? And that's why a lot of these baby faces, man, that's why they are in the position they're in right now, man, because they don't never speak up. They don't never speak up. That's why I like Heels better. But yeah, that was it with that, man. Jake should have been Jake should be the one in that Ultimate X match, not Rohit Raju. Not Rohit Raju, man. But yeah, that was it with the match. And so right after the match, we had Brian Myers. He had grabbed the microphone, and he was talking to Sam Beale. He told him, hey, don't blame yourself on this loss. Blame Jake something, because Jake something is an unprofessional. And so yeah, Sam Beale, he was taking notes. I thought this was funny, man. So yeah, not Jake. We had Beale, who was beaten up. He had a notepad, and so he was taking notes, as he was selling the attack. He was beaten up and he was taking notes. So I thought it was funny. So yeah, so Brian Myers, he had told he told Beale to write this down. Whatever Jake does, do the opposite. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, we had a backstage segment from Eddie Edwards and Kojima. And so yeah, they were backstage, they were getting ready for that tag team championship match against Violent by Design. And so yeah, so we had Rich Swann and Willie Mack. They came backstage. They wished Kojima and Eddie Edwards a good luck to their tag team championship match, or good luck in their tag team championship match against Violent by Designs. Violent by Design. I said Violent by Designs. So yeah, so Edwards, he said, when we win the titles, Rich Swann and Willie Mack, you guys will be the first contenders. And so I don't know why we're giving out title shots, man. I don't know. They have to go through TJP and Fall Out Boy first. But yeah, and some other tag teams first before they can get to the tag team titles. But yeah, I already knew that since the beginning. I already knew they were gonna lose this match. And the other thing too, them saying that is another reason why I thought they should have lost. I'm gonna give you first dibs on the championship. Dude, I'm not a fan of that, man. The person should. If I'm champion, I'm not giving a championship match to anybody, man. I'm not. That's just me. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, that was it with that. And so before we get into the main event, let's talk about next week's show. And we don't have that much for next week's show. So yeah, so Next week is going to be TJP and Falaba versus Rich Swann and Willie Mack. That's next week, so that should be really good. And we have Chris Bey, the ultimate finesser, Chris Bey, versus Petey Williams next week. And so also we have a 6-man tag team match or a trios match, whatever you want to call it. It is going to be the Good Brothers. That's Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. And Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion and the Impact World Champion. Kenny by God Omega, the best bout machine, with Don Callis in their corner, versus Sami Callihan, a draw. Sami Callihan, Moose, and Chris Sabin. So that was his other partner, Chris Sabin. So I don't know how they're gonna coexist. Moose and Chris Sabin, I don't know how they're gonna coexist, but that's gonna be an easy win for the Good Brothers and Omega. You know, because they're gonna, Moose and Callihan, not Moose and Callihan, but Moose and Sabin, they're gonna be at each other's throat and all that stuff. So yeah, probably not a smart move from Dreamer by having Chris Sabin and Moose on the same team. But yeah, that was it with that. And that's it for next week's show. And so yeah, so right after that we had the main event. And it was for the Impact World Tag Team Champions or Championship. And so yeah, so we had Eddie Edwards and Kojima versus Violent by Design, who are the Impact World Champions, or the Impact World Tag Team Champions. I can't talk right now. Yeah. So it's Deonna and Joe Doering, who are the tag team champions of Impact Wrestling, with Eric Young and Rhino in their corner. So Violent by Design are the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And of course they have the Freebird rule. So they chose Deonna and Joe Doering. So yeah, so first off, man, this match, it did start off slow and boring, but everything did pick up towards the middle and the end. So yeah, so the babyfaces, they took control of the match. The early parts of the match, we had an elbow drop to Kojima from Doering. And so the heels had took control of the match. We had a suplex to Doering from Kojima to create some space. And so we had a hot tag to Edwards. He took out Deonna. And we had Edwards. He had a Blue Thunder Bomb to Deonna. I love that move. I love the Blue Thunder Bomb, man. And so, yeah, we had a double outside dives to Violent by Design from Kojima and Edwards. And so, yeah, so Rhino, he tried to get involved in the match, but the referee had stopped him. And so we had a powerbomb to Edwards from Deonna's. It looked like an assisted powerbomb from the ropes. And so we had a we had a power slam followed up by a backwards elbow drop from Joe Doering to Edwards. So I thought that was really cool. Great, really innovative too. Innovative move. So yeah, we had a hot tag to Kojima. He took out Violent by Design. And we had the machine gun chops to Deonna from Kojima. But Doering, he had stopped Kojima from delivering those chops. And then we had stereo machine gun chops to both Doering and Deonna from Edwards and Kojima. And so we had a top rope hurricanrana to Deonna from Edwards. So I thought that was wicked right there. I thought that was nasty. And so he followed. And then, yeah, we had Kojima. He had hit an elbow drop right after that on Deonna. And then Deonna had kicked out of the move. We had a swinging neck breaker to Kojima from Deonna. And then we had a crossbody. We had a huge crossbody. A crossbody to Edwards from Joe Doering. I love it. I love it when these big guys hit the crossbody, man. It is an explosive move, dude. And so, yeah, we had a diving headbutt to Edwards from Deonna, which was also nice from Deonna. And so Edwards had kicked out of the move, and then both of these teams, they were going back and forth, move for move. We had a double clotheslines to both Kojima and Edwards from Doering. Then we had the Koji cutter to Doering from Kojima. And then, Eddie Edwards tried to go for the Boston Knee Party, his finishing move, but Joe Doering had caught him with a spinning power bomb for the win. So Joe Doering, he calls his finishing move the Revolution Bomb. That is that spinning power bomb. And so he hit that on Edwards to win the match. So Violent by Design wins the match and are still the Impact World Tag Team Champions. So yeah, that was good, man. Really good match. Dominant win from Violent by Design. My guys, Violent by Design. And yeah, man, who's next? Who is next for Violent by Design? I don't know, man. I do not know. Possibly it would probably be. It might be Rich Swann and Willie Mack. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, whoever is next, man, whoever is next, man, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to Violent by Design. I don't think nobody in that tag team division is gonna beat Violent by Design. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But yeah, man, they need to strengthen their tag team division though. They really do. They are they are trying to, but there's not enough tag teams, dude. What happened to Triple XL? What happened to Triple XL? You know, what happened to all these other teams? You don't have that many teams though. But yeah, they need to work on a tag team division. If they could work on a tag team division, they'll be good. Me, I would send some tag teams from AEW to Impact Wrestling, or some tag teams from New Japan, and bring them to Impact Wrestling. Finjuice was there. Finjuice were there, but Finjuice, they can't challenge for the tag team titles because they didn't make it in time. I think you get like a there's certain days, I guess. There's a time, or you have like a certain amount of days to go after your rematch, I think. And Finjuice didn't make it, so they can't challenge. They can't get their rematch. But yeah, I'll send some teams from AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like they could use it, man. They could use some teams from AEW, man. Like the teams on AEW that's not being used, put them on Impact Wrestling and have them vie for the championships. They had Private Party. I think Private Party is probably the only tag team from AEW that showed up on Impact and went after the tag team titles. We need more. We need more. We need more tag teams vying after those tag team titles. Anybody, man, any tag team that's not being used, or a tag team in general, man, send them to Impact and have them vie for the tag team titles and strengthen up that tag team division, man. But yeah, that was it with that. Good show. Great tag team main event. The Jordynne Grace and the Rachael Ellering stuff was really good. I didn't really like the X Division Championship contender, or the X Division contendership build up, the Ultimate X build up. I don't like it, man. Like I really don't. Like they should not be teaming up. I don't care whose side. I don't care who's like what side you're on, dude. Like, dude, fight. You're fighting for the championship, dude. Go after the X Division Championship. It's not a tag team match. You're not buying after no trios titles. Go after the X Division Championship. But yeah, that was it with that. That was it with the show. And yeah, man, if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out, because I am here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit the bell that's right next to that subscribe button. And yeah, man, and you'll know when my next video is out. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW Dynamite. So right after this show, right after Saturday show, we'll be right back to normal. So AEW will be back on Wednesday next week. So Saturday is the last week that AEW is being preempted. And then next week, man, we are back to normal. So thank God, because that stuff, man, with the preemptions, dude, I was tired out, man. I was tired. And yeah, man. And if you missed my last week's review of Impact Wrestling, the video is gonna be right up here in this corner, and a link to that video will be down below in the description, man. So make sure you click this video or click down below in the link in the description. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about this episode of Impact Wrestling. And yeah, man. Yes, and I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, another thing. I did get my Pro Wrestling Crate for June. So I did get my Pro Wrestling Crate. So I don't know when that video is gonna come out. I might do it on Friday. I don't know. If not Saturday, and if not Sunday, I don't know. It's like I really don't have a day for the Pro Wrestling Crates. I just choose any day I want. But yeah, man, that was it, man. And yeah, once again, guys, man, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show, man. Thank you, and thank you, man. And yeah, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And I'll see you guys on Saturday, man. And that's that.